Let me see. Why do you think it is that in George Lucas's Star Wars, you have to train for years and years to learn the Force, but in the Disney version, you can do it in 24 hours?
You will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
You can no comment if you want. It's okay.
Let's put it this way. Lucas put some thought into what his vision is. Mm-hmm. Disney is Disney.
Disney is Disney. Very nice.
I believe that because of the simple fact that Disney doesn't know anything about Star Wars, doesn't know anything about how lightsabers work. It takes a lot of meditation. It takes a lot. It's something that you have to take a lot of dedication, a lot of endurance for, and young
years
Jedi,
of hard work.
Yeah, and even being a Sith isn't very easy. You can't just overnight I'm going to be
true.
Sith. Overnight I'm going to be a Jedi. Overnight I'm going to be a smuggler. No, it takes years of practice, flying, shooting, everything.
Why do you think it is that in George Lucas's version of Star Wars, you have to train for years and years and years to start to master the Force, but in Disney you do it in 24 hours?
Oh man, I can't. I don't even have an answer. I don't know why it feels that people are just Force attuned, and it's whether you have it or you don't, and that it can just take over the course of, like you said, like a couple of days in the newer versions, as opposed to like a struggle and striving for something that's to be in this like Jedi state of mind. I could just see it as maybe just a quick mechanism to like give a character what everyone wants to see, which is more or less lightsaber battles, Force lightning, and Force powers. But yeah, like to do so though in a storytelling environment, you need to kind of give it the illusion of time has passed, and you can go by with the same amount of time on film to make it happen.
Maybe setting The Last Jedi a couple years later instead of the next day would have been better?
Yes, very much so.
Why do you think it is that in George's Star Wars, it takes years and years and years to train, to master the Force, but in the Disney version, you can do it in like 24 hours?
Because it's the same as technology nowadays. We want everything right now.
We want everything immediately.
We do. Like,
fair enough.
our Starbucks orders we can't get fast enough. So, like, I'm not surprised that anything and everything in our lives is like, oh, instant, bink, done.
That's a good point. I don't really like it, but maybe it's just out of necessity. I mean, what else are you going to do?
What else are you going to do?
It's just the only critique I have is for the sequel trilogy is that I want to see like Rey experience more of a trial, more of a struggle, and like attaining more knowledge.
Some trials and tribulations.
Exactly.
Some character growth.
I don't think that's the case. I mean, Luke learned the Force pretty quickly.
Well, I mean,
on Dagobah.
When it took him about 2 movies to barely Force pull a lightsaber out of the snow, you know, Rey's kind of making Yoda look like a chump in 24 hours.
That might be it. I mean, Rey might be the next chosen one.
Fair enough. Thoughts?
I feel that possibly we're having a Game of Thrones syndrome where the pace just speeds up so much that we're kind of jarred at just the contrast of just how quickly she seems to be getting her powers.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps, I'm not the writers, I didn't work on it, so I wouldn't know, but it's definitely, it doesn't seem to flow as well as it should.
Not as cohesive as it could be.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because it's not very interesting to watch just a movie of a character training the entire time. We want the plot to go quicker.
I don't know. I kind of thought about it, but as someone as Master Kenobi or Anakin Skywalker, Anakin did train when he was, I believe, 9, but Obi-Wan trained since birth, basically. But in 24 hours, no.